then nothing gain. Take a risk or lose the chance. And if your why doesn't make you cry, then the price of success will probably be too high. But realize, your mind is like a t-shirt. When it stretch, it never go back to its original size. So just try. We all wanna get in big rooms for what we pursuing, but the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. Quicker to switch my chick up.
All right, just another podcast, and I'm back with another one.
Yes, sir.
Pursuing the bag with my boy Reggie. Let me make sure everything EQ'd right. I want y'all to sit back, relax, as I take y'all through the journey of this young man's grind. We're gonna talk about all the spoils of the riches that you get on the other end of that. Before I even go further, do what my baby says.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Bing.
You know what I'm saying? We got about 268,000 of y'all that's been pandering and being a part of the content, but you haven't hit follow yet. I need y'all to hit follow for me. I need y'all to hit subscribe for me. I'm seeing it all the time. We're getting a lot more traction, but it means a lot to me and the team here if you hit subscribe. So, but first, bro, how you doing, man? This is a long time coming. You shining. Let's clap it up. Damn, boy.
Yes, sir. It's been a minute, man. Like, we've been talking about doing this for a while, and you know what I'm saying? I be low just getting to it, making sure my team wins.
You always working. Always working.
Guy, so I had to do it for sure.
So, I gave you the light introduction. He's the owner of multiple storefront businesses. He's probably got a lot more to tell us that I don't even know about. He's really out here getting to the bag in real life.
Yeah, real life. Yeah,
in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The big whip's really outside. The big watch is really on the wrist. This is no facade.
Yeah.
And he started from nothing. You made this all happen yourself.
Yeah, bro. From the mud, for sure.
From the mud. We're going to start right there, from the mud. So, and when we say from the mud, I'm thinking more back in the flea market days.
Yeah, that was the beginning. Like, what year was it? I believe it was like 2008.
08.
08, yep. Fair price flea market, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what started the vision. And it's crazy because when I first opened there, it wasn't even mine. I was working for my sister. You know what I'm saying? And it was super, super light. And at that point, you know, when you graduate high school, you kind of trying to figure it out. You don't really know what you want to do, but you might know some of your strengths. And she's seen, you know what I mean, some type of leadership in me. So Nikki, you know what I mean, that's her name.
Shout out to Nikki.
If it weren't for her, like, it's like she's an extreme contribution to anything anybody sees in me right now. So, you know what I mean?
Give her a round of applause.
Without Nikki, Nicole Perry, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here for sure. It's not even a question. But yeah, so that's what it started off in Fair Price Flea Market. I was working for her for about 2 years. She showed me the ropes, you know what I mean? The New York trips, the Delaware trips, to just going all over the country getting merchandise and stuff. And to make a long story short, like,
nah, man, we got time. They want a lot of people that are watching this, bro, they might look at you and find inspiration like, damn, I could go do that. And I know you're going to give them enough gems for them to get up. They might, you know, you can give people all the gems in the world. That don't mean they're going to get up and be able to make the secret sauce.
Facts.
But you might inspire somebody. So I don't want to cut no corners on the story time. That's why it's just me and you in here, one-on-one. Ain't nothing on the board about none of that. You know, if y'all came here to we're going to get into some relationship stuff.
For sure.
But this one is more so about business, about persevering. You know what I'm saying? That crosses over into every avenue of somebody trying to be an entrepreneur. So for the entrepreneurial minds, I want them to know what really it took to get from
we gonna
that
get into
to
that.
this.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that for
cool.
sure. So like, after I was working for her for about maybe 2 years, 2 and some change, it was like, yo, I done learned so much in this game, you know what I mean? And at that point, she was doing very well, you know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And I had saved up like $2,300.
Oh, word.
Like, I'm super young, right?
Yeah.
So for
Back
me,
then, saving that was a lot,
$2,300 was major. And I had just spoke to her one day, and I was like, yo, at this point, like, I appreciate everything you done for me, But I think it's time for me to step out and do my thing. And she gave me her blessing.
Dope.
So then I left from Fair Price Flea Market and went over to Bainbridge Boulevard in Chesapeake. So all of my Chesapeake, my boys, what up? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember them days? We opened the first store with $2,300, but that includes first month's rent and deposit. So that ain't got nothing to do with inventory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we started from there. And it was definitely difficult for like the first 6 months. And it's supposed to be difficult, you know what I'm saying? Because in business, the reason everybody want to be in business and want to be an entrepreneur, something I always say is because the sky ain't even the limit. So it's supposed to be extremely difficult, right?
Yeah, or everybody would do it.
Of course, we heard that before. Like it's supposed to be difficult. 80% of businesses fail, you know what I mean?
In the first year.
And most people feel like they're supposed to be an entrepreneur. You need to really think hard about that, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, if you have a family, if you risk averse, et cetera, like you gotta really have a different type of mindset because you're gonna go through countless challenges.
Facts.
But you need that, you know what I mean? So again, so the first store started with $2,300 and we just built it from there. And obviously we'll go into plenty of stories like, you know what I mean, open book.
All right, bro. What was some of the first, you said the first 6 months was rough. What were some of the challenges in the first 6 months where you felt like, damn it, can I do this on my own? When you thought about, and we all think about quitting.
Yeah.
People act like we don't think about quitting. We
Ain't
definitely
no
think,
question. Ain't
you
no
think
question.
about quitting all the time.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I don't even want to do this.
Ain't no
I'm about to go do
question.
something else. What are some stories you can give us from the first
When you're
6
working for
months?
somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like I was making like $400 a week, you know what I mean? And that's whatever. When you're working for somebody, you know you're gonna get that money. When you're working for you don't know you're gonna get that money. So it will be days that I go to work and make $40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it developed a certain level of savagery. You know what I mean? So when I'm in the flea market, right? Keep in mind, I don't know, 22, 23
Yeah,
years
08,
old,
we
right?
young at
Like we
08.
super young, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in the flea. Keep in mind, when you in the flea market, you dealing with the most treacherous, savage people you will ever meet in your life. So when you get to the corporate world, like where I'm at now, this is like nothing.
Yeah.
So we got a guy in there. He's from New York. I call him NY. This dude, like him and his wife, bro, like they ain't want you to make $1.
Damn.
$1. So we in there, like they taught me so many lessons, man. Like, you know, never give up, out strategize, out improve. You know what I'm saying? If you do those two things, nothing can really stop you. But you gotta out strategize, out improve, and that's one of my number one things right now. And it's like, you know, I get uncomfortable if I'm in the same position longer than like 12 months. If I'm not elevating within, you know, 10 to 12 months, 2 to 3 steps, I get very uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So that started way back then.
Dope. What so we at the flea, we out Bainbridge now.
Yeah.
Take us from there to the first storefront.
First storefront was in Military Circle Mall.
Shout
That was
out to
like
Military.
a dream.
Yeah.
And prior to that though, so before we go to Military, so that was my first store and my first technical store in Bainbridge. Then my second store was back in the flea market off Little Creek,
Okay.
right? So in that store, everybody's selling everything. Shit that's not real, that's everything. Like that's just what you're doing when you in the hood, right?
Yeah.
So when we in there, like we going in, and I was doing well, but it's still young business. So you doing dumb stuff. You're making decent money according to, you know, your age. So you're doing silly things, and you also got a lot of things you're trying to work through, learn how to be an entrepreneur, all those type of things. And I remember one of my most humbling moments, and I was very grateful for that. We had, I think it was time I read up, right? Got all of the product in. Next day, somebody broke in the store, stole everything. So keep in mind, I'm not risk averse. So with me, I'm all in or I'm all out. So when I invest, I'm all in. So at that point, I invested like 95% of my money.
Damn.
The next day, somebody robbed the flea market, took everything. And it was a devastating moment for me. You know, I called on one of my good friends, will not say their name. They were very well off. Asked them to help me. They would not help me. They said they didn't have it. I know they had it, but I won't speak on that.
Damn.
You know, but I'm glad they didn't do it. So what I had to
It made
do,
you go figure out a solution.
yeah, it made me figure out a solution, and the solution was extremely humbling. So the solution was, it was another person that was doing well in the game, and they had bought out another store. Right, keep in mind, my store is empty, gone, everything gone.
Yeah.
They bought out another store, and this person is competition at that point. I don't even believe in competition. I believe in owning the whole space, but that's another thing. But at that point, I was at the level I thought about competition, and he was a competitor, and we weren't necessarily cool at all.
Makes sense.
So he had came to me with a proposition like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I could supply you with this much product if you allow me to come in your store, because I had the ideal space, it was right in the front. In your store, put the product in your store, we split the rent, and I give you this so you can come up. So I had to humble myself to not quite an enemy, but somebody that we definitely ain't see eye to eye.
Yeah,
I was
somebody that's competing, and
yeah, a little bit more than that though. It was competing, but it was like, you know what I mean, a little teeny bit of bad blood.
Okay.
So I had to humble myself down and go through that, and I went through that for about 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Deal worked out well. He did well. I did well, and you know what I mean. It was a blessing in disguise. So I learned so much from that situation, and I tell anybody that's an entrepreneur, like, it's beautiful to see the success and you know, everybody showing you mad love and all of those things. Yeah. But for me, the number one thing I respect is when a person show you their scars, like the things that they've been through to get to where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing peachy. I don't care if you see a multimillionaire. I don't care if you see a billionaire. You know, they suffered tremendously to get there,
Everybody
and they were
took
supposed
some losses. Yeah, everybody take losses on their journey.
Yeah.
Everybody, shit. That top book, and I keep referencing it to y'all, The Alchemist.
Bro, I read it 4 times.
Yo, I've been reading it I'm rereading it currently right now.
Bro.
But my man went through it. Had his money, got bamboozled. He could have went home.
Bamboozled.
He could have went home.
Yeah.
He stayed, he figured it out. It humbled him.
Yeah.
You had to figure it out to get back on your path. Like,
that's in my top 10 books for sure.
oh no, that's why you think it's on there, bro. And I actually don't even physically read them. I got the audio book.
Yeah, all day.
But I bought a physical copy because I'm like, yo, everybody should be reading this book. Everybody should be understanding what it's like on your journey. Your journey's not gonna be, you know, you walking and just picking up gold coins on the way.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. It's gonna be some trials and tribulations. It's gonna be some pit stops. It's gonna be your car gonna break down.
Exactly.
You're gonna get robbed. All that. Yeah.
You need, the reason you need it to happen is because you're not just doing it for you.
Oh yeah, none of this is for
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, even with the podcast, like we were just talking about, like, you got to go through all of the stuff. You know what I mean? Because there's gonna be somebody that's gonna come behind you or that's in front of you that you can give some nuggets to because of the things you've been through. So me,
oh yeah, for sure.
I embrace every challenge, every single challenge. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, challenge to me is just like haters. You know, haters are very loud, but there's only a little bit of them, really.
They just are really loud.
They just loud, right?
Yeah,
so the challenges that you have, they're loud, but it's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you might have 70 amazing things happen to you in 2-3 challenges. You know what I mean? But we as human, we put a lot of emphasis on the negative in which we need to change. And that's something I always talk about.
I don't even look at stuff like you just saying positive or negative, especially in this space. Because when you're doing a podcast, right? It's a clip. I might do a clip, say it got 1,000 likes. But it might be 5 or 6 comments where they're saying, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Well, that's 5 or 6.
Right.
And either way, you interacted with my content, which is my end goal.
Exactly.
So I look at it all as positive, but most people will harp, like you said, to your point, harp on the, oh, they said this or they said that. I'm like, yeah, they still said something, though.
Exactly.
They could have just kept scrolling. They took time to talk to you.
Yeah, man.
It's valuable.
We gotta pay so much more attention to the things that happen that's amazing versus to keep talking about them 1 or 2 things. You know what I mean? Somebody hated on this or whatever. So like I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of customers we have.
Yeah.
Right? So like, for an example, not to skip around, like when we went through the whole super hating in Virginia, right?
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll go to that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But so give him just one piece that you learned from dude when he came to you and he was just like, hey, we could do this deal. You gonna eat, I'm gonna eat, we gonna split the rent. What is something that you really like from that? It obviously humbled you because you're like, oh, he kind of the ops, but whatever. What did you learn from that? Just one nugget. Give him one nugget.
I'm an extremely confident person.
These are facts.
Right, and I'm very big on like self-respect, values, and principles. But I also do understand when you gotta humble yourself in order to get things done. Some people will be so, arrogant that they can't allow themselves to get humbled down so God can actually bring the blessing to them, right? So the blessing is in you looking at somebody that's an op and still being to hear God tell you this your opportunity. So being able to hear through that opposition was the number one thing I learned from them.
Very dope. Very dope.
Yeah.
So, okay, now when we in the journey, we at our second stop, flea market.
Yeah. And then from there is when we opened Military Circle.
So then we opened in military. What's up?
For me, that was again, challenge.
Military was the spot though.
Yeah, it was vibe. I mean, if you from Virginia, you from Norfolk, it don't matter if it's, now military or, 10 years military. That's like ultimate goal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you grew up on.
That's what we grew up on. And everybody had, Cream had a store in there. Like everybody has been in military circle.
It's major. So
yeah, for sure.
That came with a huge challenge. So think about it. We're going from the hood to trout where you make it happen, you get it done. It's easy. It ain't a whole lot of rules. So then when
but it's like a flea market, different type.
Completely
than
different.
leasing a space in the mall.
Right. So anybody that's seen us in the flea, they knew we when I say we, because it's never just me. Like my team has always been like phenomenal and super loyal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we transitioned, when we was in the flea market, people will always say, "You don't belong here, right? You definitely gonna go X, Y, or Z place, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to the military, I ain't know a lot of things. It was a lot of green situations.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, this is another thing, this is why I always pay it forward. Even when I do my consulting and people pay me to teach them and talk to them, a lot of times, like, when I just help people just off GP because the things that I went through just opening the military, like contractors getting smoked by the contractors. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was on a slightly different level at that point, but like in order to open a corporate store in a way that's gonna be, for me, like acceptable, because I can't just open, I gotta at least do it on the level in which you supposed to.
That you like,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So you gotta spend some money. So with the
sure.
contractors, I had like a $40,000 deal with them. Generally it's 33, 33, which means 33 up front, 33 in the middle, 33 when it's done, to pay the whole thing off. And they smoked me. They got super low. You know what I mean? Like, so they did a little bit of the work in there.
They just dipped on you.
And they was ghosts, bro. They was ghosts after the second 30. Wow. And I'm from Oak Leaf Park, bro. And I got a lot of people that don't want to see me take L's. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. Right? Like, where they at?
So, make a long story short, that was a super difficult time. But
my boy Santiago, when he went to town, that was you just got to town.
Yeah.
They got your ass.
So it was like, when that happened, it was devastating. But again, the flea market, it just do something to your brain and it hearten you from those type of situations. And again, you got to go through them. So at that point, I didn't know we was going to be where we at now, but those type of lessons taught me, obviously, for right now.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting some different contractors in there, opening maybe about 6 months late. And then when we opened in there, my mindset was like, okay, we're going to do all right. We do all right. We boom. Immediately, like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, I could not believe it because I was going from the hood to, I would say, corporate, semi-corporate, you know what I'm saying? And it just started doing well from the beginning. But that was just the beginning because, it's one thing, I teach my team this all the time. It's one thing to lead yourself when you're in the flea, right? It's a whole nother thing to lead other people. You know what I mean? So learning how to lead my team. You know what I'm saying? I lost mad employees from being over bossy, from not understanding people, you know what I mean? Trying to, teach people to move how I move when that ain't their language. You know what I'm saying? Some people is driven. Like, I went to a seminar, paid like $20,000 to go to the seminar by my guy, Patrick Bet David, about a year and a half ago, where, he taught how to deal with people, and you got to understand what drive different people.
Yeah.
So some people are driven by madness, for an example. So for me, I'm a madness driver. If you do or say anything to doubt me or anything, is on. I'm about to go crazy.
Oh, that shit definitely tweaked me up.
Right.
Like, what you said?
Right.
Bet.
And then you got some people driven by lifestyle, right?
Yeah, like I
So
want to get to the money so I can live a certain way.
And you got some people that's driven by just the culture of a thing. They want to see things go better. So that was just a time period of just learning how to deal with people, how to motivate people. But like I said, I've always had solid people, and that was the biggest thing in military, and it went well. Like that store, it did. That was the foundation for everything. And from there we opened up in Hampton.
I'm gonna say because you in like 3 or 4 malls right now, right?
Yeah. So like, yeah, we'll get to more of that too. But yeah, so like military for me, that was like foundation. Like
Yeah, I'm about to say that's what started. That's what really took it to the next level.
To the next level. Learning the sneaker game, getting smoked in the sneaker game, and just come sell you BS all the time. Don't know what's like. You just gotta learn, and that was from. That take years. You know what I'm saying? That ain't just something that you get into.
Yeah, you're not gonna just wake up.
Yeah, like it just
even if you
time.
had $100K to start, you'd be like, you'd still have to go through all.
And I definitely have $100K.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you had that, you still would have to learn these lessons that you learned along the way. Like people do think it's like a cheat code. I can skip past that. Like, nah, bro. Everybody got to take these L's.
You're gonna take these steps, bro.
Everybody takes these
And you're gonna slip
L's.
and bust your knee like you do in the hood when you're trying to run up the stairs fast.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying?
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
So we go from military. And when did we open the next store?
While we were in military.
Of course,
in Hampton too. So, and then at that point you learn, okay, you go from corporate. Now you learn what it takes financially and with your time, how to run 2 corporate stores.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you got the money to do it.
Yeah.
You got to, we ain't go through no contract issues at that point because I understood, hey, bro, this what I'm going to do and this what you going to do and this what you ain't going to get. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you ain't coming at me with that no more. So, but yeah, so, and Hampton did pretty good, but I learned, and I take anybody that open a company, location is important. If you're opening a location that can be affected by weather, think twice, because that was the challenge with Hampton. If it's really cold, if it's raining, et cetera, et cetera. So Hampton did great, you know what I'm saying? And then we just transitioned Hampton to MacArthur.
Okay. So now we're in MacArthur. Obviously, we're in Lynn Haven.
Yeah.
Those are your only 3 locations right now?
Right, we'll get to that.
Okay. I'm trying to not speed through it, but I also want to tailor this story because we're going through the business ups and downs, some of the challenges, wins and losses. You're a father, you're a husband. How is balancing all that while trying to keep your business going, keep growing, like you said, if it's 12 months, I'm starting to feel stagnant. I'm starting to feel like we're not doing enough. How can you balance that while having a family? Congrats, having a newborn. You know what I'm saying? How's that?
Yeah, I would say from the beginning, your partner need to understand who they with. Most entrepreneurs don't understand that they have to, explain, themselves in the vision, especially men. Like, if you're a man and you don't explain the vision, you're going to have problems. You know what I'm saying? So in my situation, make sure I explain the vision. This was going on, so she understands what an entrepreneur is and what it takes, and the end goal. And obviously, we're doing extremely well, but
I was about to say that make a big difference too, brother.
What's that?
Doing well.
Yeah, like you can't just be saying the vision and what you want to do. Yeah. You gotta have some results, bro. You got to have some results.
You got to be showing something.
Yeah, you got to have some results. That's very important. So, like, when it comes to balance, I don't technically believe in balance. I believe in giving everything 100% of my time when I'm there. So let's just say, for an example, when it comes to the business, I'm giving the business 110%, right? When I'm with my sons, I'm giving them 110%. When I'm with wifey, I'm giving her 110%.
For sure.
Like, it may be, I'm teaching my son business. I'm teaching him so many different things. So he understand, like, okay, this is what it take to get something big.
Yeah.
If you want $100,000 life, $80,000 life, $200,000 life, this what it take.
Mm-hmm.
If you want generational wealth, this what it take.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and then wifey understand that too. You know what I mean? She a beast. Like she's just different. You know what I mean? That's why I've been with her forever.
It's funny you say you don't believe in balance, but to me, that is balance. When I hear people talk about it, they almost talk about how they neglect their family.
Yeah.
You not neglecting them. You still finding time to be with wifey and do whatever you doing when you with her.
Yeah.
110%. When I hear there's no balance, it's because, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see on that board, it say, Kadeem, I need to be in here 40 hours a week. I need to be in here working on this like it is my job.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
how you have to.
Yeah.
But then I also got to treat my house the same.
Exactly.
I
You got to give it all.
So to me,
110%.
that's when I say balance, I'd be like, people not doing what, like most people that get to that level of success, they almost neglect something else, right? It's almost hard to do both.
Yeah.
And I mean, me and Caitlin was having a conversation the other day, and she was just like, you just seem so overwhelmed sometimes. And I was like, girl, the only thing that overwhelmed me is it's only 24 hours in a day.
Exactly.
If it was 36 hours in a day, you wouldn't see me flinch at nothing because I'd have enough time to do everything.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to be in the studio editing 8 hours and then go to the gym and then be with y'all. It's not enough hours in a day and sleep.
Exactly. What you got, most men don't have. And that's just a ridiculous motive to be great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people as long as I got this, no.
Nah, that feels
I ain't
weird.
got time for that as long as I got this stuff. Because you know what? If I'm just like that, then I'm going to have to, my son's going to have to start where I started at. Ain't no way they going to start where I started. They're going to start, I don't even know how, like in their index funds, I don't even know how heavy they're going to be by the time they can touch that money.
I got a question. Okay, so this ain't about this, but it's related to what you just said. Because you see, like what Shaq said, he told his kids, like, we not rich. He's like, I'm rich.
Yeah.
Now he's down to sow into whatever you trying to really do, but you're not just getting this because you Shaq kid.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas, and I had Anton Daniels on the pod before, and he said, your legacy's not in your children. And he was basically saying, like, what about Jordan's sons? Like, his son ain't great just because he's Jordan's son. He still got to go do something.
True.
So then it's like you're talking about imparting knowledge and giving them a head start financially. That's different from then just like, hey, here's my business.
Nah.
Take it.
So what I'm saying, so for an example, I'm not sure how your upbringing was, but I'm sure it's similar. Like it was
rough.
It was difficult, right?
We didn't have a lot.
We didn't have a lot, right?
It make you want to go get it.
Exactly. So with my son, I foster difficult environments for him.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that for my daughter.
Yeah, it's a little different.
See, that's why I'm like, yo, she's so spoiled now.
Yeah.
She don't even know how spoiled she is. She just.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I always tell, if I had a son, I'd have been like, stop that, bang.
Right,
what are you doing?
Right.
But Sienna is different. So how you fostering difficult environments though?
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's no championship trophies. It's every day when you wake up, you making your
bed. Oh, you
bed.
mean participation?
Yeah. No, what did I say?
You said championship. No, it's definitely championship.
It's definitely championship.
It's
trophies,
no participation.
Participation,
yes,
exactly.
I agree with that 100%.
Like he got so many tasks that he has to do just before he go to school. When he get home, he got tasks he got to do.
Teaching responsibility.
Yeah, like he, you know what I mean? He's just naturally like a leader, you know what I mean? And I'm just tough on my boy, but I still give him a lot of empathy, a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? So fostering difficult environments for children that have outstanding lives that they don't even know they have yet is like very important. So as far as like let's say when he gets, of age where he can take advantage of, the hard work, etc. It's just going to be, if you accomplish this, you get this. If you accomplish this, you get this. It's going to be step by step. Yeah. And as I see what he wants to do, whether it's a trust or myself or, when we pass away, the people we got in line for that to make sure he's straight. It's all going to be based on what he does, what he accomplishes, and then you can enjoy the fruits of X, Y, Z. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he got to start off like, my kids, I mean, they may not even know that they're going to be they millionaires, but they're going to, I don't understand. There's no wrong way to do it. So I like Shaq way is right. Bezos' way is right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Our ways is right. It just depends on what you feel like you want to do. But what I do notice in the African-American community, overall, most people say, you need to sweat like I did and go through what I did and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, they say 80% of millionaires are first-time millionaires.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily agree with, they need to start from zero. I feel like they still need to sweat like you did, do these things, but you have to have things in place so that way in 3 generations, when 2200 get here, the money is still going crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like Rupert Murdoch
Yeah.
and his kids. You watch that documentary?
Of course, bro.
That's greatness. But his kids is hungry.
Yeah.
They're like, my dad is that dude.
Yeah.
I want to be that dude.
And he implemented that when
Yeah,
they was
and they've been fighting to be, you know, and if you don't watch Succession, you should definitely watch Succession. That's my shit too. But and the Rupert Murdoch docuseries, well, they took it off HBO.
Bro.
He's so rich, he got that junk scrubbed from the earth. He was like, I don't want that on the internet no more. But no, he really, like you said, his kids, they know they're wealthy, but being wealthy and being great are two different things. You could be wealthy and be a bum. You could be wealthy and have everything handed to you, but to be there, his kids are all super successful in their own right.
Yeah.
All trying to build something in their own right. And I think that's what people like us, we want to make sure we imparting that on our kids.
That's
like,
all you got to do.
You're not just going to eat off what I did. You got to be out here trying to get it too, because it's going to stop with you if you don't have that intrinsic ability already there. So I definitely rock with that. Sorry for that little sidebar.
No,
that is kind of the fatherhood, husband, balancing it all. Because most people, I'm telling you, I'd be like, girl, she be like, if we was not to be together, you'd be out in the streets. I was like, man, I'd be at that podcast studio.
Exactly, bro.
I wouldn't be doing nothing else. I would be doing this 24/7.
We want so much in life. Like, this is the thing. We only got like 50 to 65 years left, bro.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
That's for everybody.
Yeah.
If you're 30, you got 55 to 65 years left.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
So why you out here wasting time? Kobe said this before. Everybody think they got enough time.
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing. You know what I mean? So I can go deeper in that, but yeah.
Go.
Yeah, like it's just like we don't have enough time. You got to be going hard as you can all the time and stop talking so much. So many people talk so much. Like, I want to do this. These are my goals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so how many times you wrote your goals down? I wrote them down. I wrote them down a lot. No, how many times? 6 or 7. Okay, let me show you something. This book right here. This 10X book, Grant Cardone. I don't know if y'all heard about Grant Cardone, but I take business so serious. So like, if you just in the sneaker business or you just in business and you just trying to make money in business, you'll never be able to be on the level in which I'm trying to go because I take it so serious. So for an example, this 2000, pass the notebooks, bro. So most people think like stuff just be happening. I write my goals down every single day since 2019. So it's 365 days, like y'all, just so y'all can see this. All these books is with goals, right? Nonstop. And I got like 60 more at the crib. I just bought these just for context. Like, so if you're not taking your life that serious, in which you're gonna like write your goals down, like I ain't talking about petty goals. Like for an example, by 2027, I'm trying to gross $20 million and have a helicopter in my backyard.
You want a helicopter, bro?
Yeah, for real. Traffic for what? We only got 55 years, bro.
I feel, and Kobe thought the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was on a helicopter. That's my point.
I mean, that's a freak accident. My point is, you like when people. I'm not a small thinker, and when you're not a small thinker, you're not a small thinker. Think about where your part. Exactly.
That was last year. Hold on, because like you said, hold on, where we at? Damn, where my other shit at? It ain't on my note. Oh, it's on iCloud. That's why. That's this year's.
Exactly.
No, every year.
That's how serious you got to take your life. You know what I mean?
You gonna make me start doing it every day, but I definitely
every day. I'm talking about. Look at this, bro. I think this is the current joint. All right, boom. Every single day, right from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Everything. I got my goals right here. Quote of the day: your ability to process issues will hugely impact the quality of your life. That's huge. Let me say that again. Your ability to process issues will hugely impact the quality of your life. Then you got.
Let me drop a bomb for that. All right, go ahead.
Then your targets, meaning I write my targets down, what I got to do every single day. Then successes, meaning how many of them targets did I hit. Then my major goals at the bottom every single day, every day. That's how serious I take it. So when things be happening, it's between, putting it in the universe. That's cool, but I'm talking about I'm working at it every single day, every single day. And then my team, same thing. Like, I don't want to just be the only one successful. I'm trying to make sure, like, for an example, one of my goals is by next year to hire 19 six-figure earners in the company.
That would be dope.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be extremely difficult to do. Okay, so say if I don't do 19, say if I do 4 or 5. So what?
That's dope. You changing people's lives.
You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. It ain't just about money or just success. It's about being impactful because we only got 55, 65 more years.
People don't realize, though, because a lot of this manifestation is, like you said, you talking to the universe, you asking for it, but you're not actively pursuing it.
Exactly, bro.
Right? So even though I might get to, I think I say my goals every day, like, what do I want to get done today? And I'd be like, boom, 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 boom. Right? That first one, 2022, what it said lose 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I lost 50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we still on that. But that's why we don't do resolutions, because all that
For
shit
what?
from 2022 is still rolling into
Yeah,
23.
yeah, exactly.
We just, all right, now the targets have shifted. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I might get to writing them down every day, but manifestation is taking that. I wrote it down. I said it. I told God or the universe or whoever it is that you think attracts what you're attracted to. I call it all the law of attraction.
Yeah.
And now my actions have to go with that.
Bro,
I
that's
can't say
major.
40 hours a week minimum, Kadeem. And I wrote my name on there.
Yeah.
That's me being accountant. Nobody even reads these every day. It's
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't even put yesterday. I did 5 on, what's today? Friday? I started that on Tuesday. I was sick. So I got a couple more hours to do. I did 8 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
Today's hours gonna count. I'm trying every day, like, how we really get this to the next level. And then I've seen people that are successful in it, so that shit it drive me more. I've seen people that live here that are successful at it.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Exactly.
damn, bro. Anybody can do it. It's just who working harder.
Yeah. How much sweat equity are you gonna put in? Like, people be praying and all that. God ain't listening to you if you ain't doing the work.
You gotta
might as
do the
well be
work.
quiet.
What he said, prayer without work is dead.
Yeah, like you.
And I don't
praying
even go
for
to
good-
church.
Yeah, you praying for good health, but you eating fried chicken. Man, shut
Facts.
up.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing? It's not gonna work, bro.
It's not magic.
Yeah, like, you gotta put in that work for real. You know what I'm saying?
I got charts and shit on this goal.
No, that's hard right there. I like that.
Bro, I'm telling you, because like you said, if it's a business, I got to get everybody else thinking of it like that. I can't be the only one looking at the figures. I can't be the only one knowing how many impressions we've had in the last 90 days, impressions we've had in the last 30 days. I got to really be like you said, in every business, there's things you learn. We just did a live event for the podcast, and I had a couple different podcasters coming to me like, bro, your shit is fire. It looks great. How long y'all been doing this? I'd be like, I'm going on my 4th year. Still ain't hit the lick that we gonna hit, right?
Yeah.
But it's growing.
Yeah.
Didn't quit.
Yeah.
Coulda quit.
Yeah.
Shoulda quit.
Yeah, it's all types of opportunities.
It's
to
mad
quit.
times that you could just bow
Bruh.
out of this thing.
Bruh.
And you keep going.
Exactly.
And you keep going. And
That's what separate the winners from the losers, bro. You have to keep going. And you cannot have, I keep saying this, you can't have small think. Small think is going to get you small results.
Facts.
You follow me? Like, even where you at right now, you know how difficult it is to get to this level, bro?
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, this is what happens is when you keep putting in that sweat equity, month after month, day after day, all of a sudden,
Yep.
that's just how it happened.
I know.
It
I'm
just
telling
happened.
you.
You be
I was
like,
telling you before the pod, you was like, whose stuff do I like? That's what happened with
Yeah.
them. They went from 1,100 to 10,000 to 100,000 to touring
Exactly, bro.
in a year.
Exactly.
But then people see it on TV and they think, oh, it only took them a year.
No, it didn't take them.
Nah, they was at it. They was on year 3 going on year 4 like I am right now.
Exactly.
That's what they were
was in
on.
their room doing
Yes.
it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I think that's beautiful, man. Like, the one thing that unfortunately a lot of people, what they have, you know, their priority ain't in line is the recognition and the clout. That's what they want.
Yeah, they don't even want the it's all about notoriety now.
Yeah,
it ain't
that's
even
not-
about really winning on the back end.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
looking
not.
like a winner.
Right. You got 700,000 followers, but you don't got $700,000.
Shit is dumb.
Like-
If I-
like, it
you
don't-
know what I would do if I had 700,000 followers, bro?
Yeah, like I respect clout, I respect follow, I respect all of that. But at the end of the day, like, you have to be turning that over into some form of serious monetization.
They wouldn't even, but like business is different, so they wouldn't even know how to monetize that following.
Yeah, the business part, yo, that's why you have. I mean, we can go into different subjects where you have artists, athletes, etc. They don't know the business.
Yeah.
You know what
see it all
I'm
the
saying? They
time.
focus. They don't know the business. This right here is your number one weapon. If you can take control of this, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing that you can't have.
These are
And
facts.
that's just real talk. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. Most people, like I said, keep wanting, but what is you writing on paper? Like, are you getting some little W's every week? Yes or no? Are you keeping it 100 with yourself?
I don't think people.
Yes or no?
People now, and I think it kind of touches on what you're saying about clout and like just Instagram and following and social media. People don't care about the small W's. I was just telling you about how we went from 4863 to 5,003
That's huge,
in a couple days. But I'm looking at the small W's. Because I know what it was like when we had 2,500 followers in December, and then we tripped over into 3,000, and now already in January, we're at 5.
Exactly.
That's double. Like you said, it's 60%.
60%. The small W's, man.
That shit matter. How you can't measure what we always say it on my show. What's measured gets managed. You can't do anything without measuring where you are, where you've been. I just told you I lost 52.8 pounds.
Yeah.
I know exactly. I have a chart that shows my going like this all the way down because I was measuring it.
Right. But then when you get to a certain level, that's what separates you. You follow me?
Yeah,
like all of that little stuff that you was doing before, ain't nobody looking at that. You looking at that. But
people where I want to be are looking at that.
Well, if no. I'm talking about just like, what am I saying? Other podcasters, they not paying attention to, the small analytics, the small W's, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore, how you gonna get to the level where Kadeem going? You don't even deserve to get there. You're not serious enough. You know what I'm saying? You just wanna, get there. Getting there is great, but it's so many little nuances you got to do before.
And you know me, because I talk business with any. I sit and talk to people about podcasts and what they're doing right, what's not working. When they look at my stuff, I want a real criticism. I don't want you just like, oh no, that's dope. Nah, my homeboy said, hey, maybe you want to brighten your clips up more. Oh, bet. I took that. We're going to run with it. I'm taking real feedback. What could I do? You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to hear what can make your stuff better, how are you going to get better? That's like, when dudes say, hey, man, you kind of husky. So what? You got to look in the mirror. I'm kind of husky. I need to go do something. Our homeboy, hey, bro, man, I love you, but you falling off.
When we hit him.
You need to tighten up.
But, that's one thing I value the most. That's why I told you maybe about 7 months ago that I actually really rock with you.
Yeah, for sure.
I value relationships numero uno.
No, they're the most important.
Nothing is more important to me than relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because it's you can't buy that. It's priceless.
You can't buy loyalty.
You can't.
Even the people around you that's around you for the bread, once that's gone, they gone. Or if it's a bigger bag over here, they might betray you for that money. Yeah. Like that's not loyalty. That's what's the word? That's opportunity. Yeah. They want to be around for the opportunities you present, not because they want to be around you. I want to be around people that was, like you said, in the mud with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the spoils that's going to come with this, I'm more like you. I want to see my whole team in. And my note that I just showed you, I got freedom on there. And freedom is just about being financially free, but not just for me.
But a lot of times, though, just to your point, like, the mud people are very important, but it's very rare that you're going to be able to get to the place in which you want to get to and still have some of them people that was.
Oh yeah, not all of them. I never said all of them was going.
Yeah,
bro.
So you might have. I would love that, but some of the best relationships that I done cultivated is from people that have ascended, and we just develop relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
Over time.
No, I wasn't saying everybody.
For an example, me and you've been knowing each other for forever, but over the last year and a half.
He was at my 26th birthday stadium.
Exactly. So like when
confidence, he's not lying. What you had on? Some white pants. Bro was tweaking, bro.
Yeah, it was snapping. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't like me, you ain't gonna like me. That's one of my quotes.
So let's we're gonna do it. We do it now. Cause you said something about the haters. When you winning, that's when the haters come out. That's when the losers want to say something. Yeah. They weren't saying nothing the whole time you was in the flea market. They probably didn't say nothing when you opened the first store, but when you got to the third one.
See, this is the thing. Okay, I've seen the world. You've seen the world, right?
Yes.
We done seen big cities, etc. So when you go to big cities, you see people doing big things like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you in a small city, especially when you from that city.
The sad part is, before you even say that, technically, Hampton Roads is like the 13th largest metropolis. It's not a small city.
Small thing, shall I say.
Small thing. Yeah, they think small here. I'll take that.
Unfortunately, and that's not everybody. Again, it's a little bit of loud people, right? Because it's so much more love than it is hate. So let me make sure I say that. When you see something happening on a scale in which you don't think they're capable of, something gotta be wrong.
Yeah.
That's how they think.
Normally, it's not even that you're not capable of it. They think they couldn't do it, so then they put that on you.
So they put it on you. They don't think that you.
Like, how he do that?
Ain't no way this doing that.
Yeah.
It got to be something. So, for an example, when the city got super loud, right? So the guy came in the store, bought some shoes. Of course, they was 100. And just to keep it 100.
Oh, I seen this one. This is with the ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for an example,
if you're not from this, we got to talk to it because my show is growing. So
Yeah.
everybody here,
Them numbers going up.
Matter of fact, the top cities not even my cities, but so bro, he runs shoe stores. Not even clothes. Like, what would you call it?
sneaker stores now.
Sneaker
It's
stores.
crazy. It's
Y'all got clothes in there too, though.
Yeah, but it's like 80-20.
Okay, so we call them sneaker stores. He sells what they were the turbo green or they was
They was some turbo greens.
turbo greens. He sold them. Bro posted them on Instagram.
So let me tell you the whole story.
Oh, you can tell the whole story, yeah.
Bro bought the shoes, right? And he paid a decent amount for the
He
shoes.
did. Cause one thing about
Oh.
I be like, hey, bro, how much you got them foam runners for? It be more than StockX. I be like, nah, he killing them in there
Yeah,
too, boy.
that's the game. So,
I respect it.
Like for an example, when you go to
And
the
I
big,
also wanted, hold on, I never asked my nigga for no discount, no
Never.
freebies, nothing. I just be like, oh, you got it. I'm gonna catch him for the low ski.
exactly.
I respect it.
So like, bro came to the store, and keep in mind, I wasn't even in the store. I was in a whole nother state. He came to the store. I watched it on the camera, and he bought the shoes. Excited, legit checked it in front of him. Blah blah blah. So then he left. He came back. I guess he had buyer's remorse, and he wanted a refund. Our policy is you can exchange or have a store credit, but it ain't no refund. So he got tight. You know what I mean? He had already wore the shoes. It looked like he wore them at least a handful of times, probably more. Then he just went crazy on social media. The thing about African American people, when it's negative, they jump on it, right?
Yeah, because that shit was everywhere.
Yeah,
that shit was viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's crazy because right before that happened, I was listening to Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen said, before you can have high levels of success, you have to prove that you can endure high levels of persecution.
Hold on. That's deep too.
So 2 days later, I seen that. And for me, what it showed me was how big we really were. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm just always head to the ground, get to it, not even caring about, a whole lot of things as far as, okay, how crazy it is, how many people know that. I'm just like getting to the money and making sure we continue to grow. So one thing I learned as well, it's never going to be a person that's doing better than you hating on you.
Never.
Never.
Ever in life.
So
they don't even look at what you're doing.
yeah. So and then you had some. I don't speak on men without them being in front of me because that's a lack of integrity. But you had some folks that want to get a little clout. You know what I mean? And we asked them to pull up, come through. You know what I'm saying? Let's do our thing. You know what I mean? And we was doing it. We do even at that point 3 years ago. We doing it. Like we taking in, I would say on average, 400 shoes a week. We taking in.
No, I've seen it.
Right? So a part of that, sometimes you're going to have shoes that ain't right because you're doing it on a large scale. Some weeks it'd be 1,500 pair of shoes.
That's every business. That's everybody
just
who
how
deals
it
with
goes.
sneakers. That's StockX. That's Nike. Even Nike, they come out the factory sometimes.
Exactly.
Stuff,
So, you know what I mean? That's kind of just a part of the game.
Yeah.
And we'll have, I don't know, 16,000 shoes and maybe 20, 30 of them may not check out. You know what I'm saying? And it circulates. So when that went down, it's crazy because it was a gift and a curse in that. Well, I would say a gift and a gift, actually. So what ended up happening, my management called me because the people was hating, bruv. When I say hating, this the level of hate, just in case nobody don't know. I had Norfolk Police Department call me.
Dang.
Because they work for me. They work for me, bro. Like they stand in front of my store every day just to make sure everything good for
Yeah,
years.
so nobody coming in grabbing stuff.
This is what we're hearing, da-da-da-da-da. Just want to let you know. So I'm like, there's no problem, bro. I already know what time it is. And they was like, we know what time it is too. Mall management called me in, spoke with mall management. Hey, we understand what's going on. We just want to make sure that everything is good, and everything checks out. So this is why I say a gift and a curse, but a gift and a gift. So I had to show paperwork. So the gift in that is that, okay, they're going to see what time it is.
Yeah.
The other gift in that / bad thing is that they gonna see what time it is.
Yeah.
So when I showed it to them, not only did they see it as 100, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of whatever,
Yeah, you
whatever,
be running it up.
right? Of dollars of purchasing product.
Yeah.
But they also see how much money can
Yeah.
make.
Oh yeah, no, the margins.
Yeah, they see the margin.
Yeah.
So it went from Reginald to immediately Mr. Spencer. Yeah, we see everything's fine. We appreciate the communication. You don't have no more issues from us. Next year rent went up about
I'm sure.
60-70% though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know
They're
what
like,
I'm
he
saying?
killing shit over there. We gotta go tax him.
It went up, but it was a beautiful thing, man, because it allowed me to see, all of my people. That was my people, which was lots of people. Just showing.
Yeah, we see way more pictures of y'all running up. People with the gold,
like people showing
buying,
mad
like people
love.
are still purchasing things out of there.
Right, and the hood, like for an example, and in the hood, a lot of people in the hood know what time it is, but you gonna have to allow haters. That's just how it is. Those, I think I say maybe 1,000 or 1,500 people that was commenting crazy on that. We got, I might serve 6,000 people in 1 month. Actually serve them.
Yeah, they copping.
You know what I'm saying? So, that for me, it was a beautiful time. I got to see my team step up. We stepped up. It showed me how major it was. And then, the growth of the support and things like that went crazy. And you still gonna have people talking, whether it's a competitor or, people that got, let me not say that, but whether it's a competitor.
How about this? Because I know
mean?
you was doing business with Exchange, heavy at one point.
Yeah, at one point.
Yeah, I don't see that no more. But if we could either talk about that or not talk about that.
Like I said, I don't speak on many that's in my face.
Bet. But and the sneaker game is so crazy anyway. I'm a participant, but I'm kind of over resale. I don't even really play StockX for resale no more. I'm like, yo, you know what? If I don't get it for retail, I don't need them.
Yeah, like the sneaker game is we learned so much in this game, man.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like for an example, SneakerCon, they my guys, bro.
Oh, I know. You go in there, you be running it up.
Like-
That's why. But see, that's why. Okay. And the funny thing about this whole, do he sell fakes or not? The funnier part is you are the same dudes that be wearing fake Amiri. You're the same guys that wear fake Dior. You guys are wearing fake stuff, and then you would come at my guy. I tell people all the time, I don't know what he's selling. I know the money is real. He running it.
Like, this the thing,
I don't know.
Like,
how would I know?
When you on a corporate level, you can't do that.
I assume.
They gonna have to see the paperwork.
Yes, I assume,
You know what I'm saying?
but I'm not going, I'm like, that ain't my business,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know.
Like, you
I was
can't-
like, what I do know is when we was out of the country, he be going crazy. I was like, what I do know is bro is getting to it.
Yeah.
And I respect business.
Yeah, it's business, bro. Like, but that's how it go. Like, unfortunately, if I keep it 100, 98% of the haters was,
Your own people. Of course.
you know what I'm saying? And 74.
And I've sold you shoes before.
Yeah,
I was
like,
like, man, this shit
that's-
real. I know I sold him some off-white somethings in there. I'm mad. I was like, damn it, I should have kept those.
Oh yeah, we
I know.
We came up with those. We came up with those. But yeah,
Right after, I was like, damn, I should have kept
them
them
chains was going in like 2 days. Ghosts. Yeah, because you had sent me a whole list of shoes.
Yeah, I was like, man, they just be in my closet collecting dust, bro. I'm like, I ain't gonna wear it. And the off-white ones, they didn't even let you pick the color. They just sent you. They was like, oh, you're lucky here.
Yeah.
And I copped them for retail, so I was like, all right, he gonna give me what they are for right now, and I know he gonna make his money off them. So
Yeah,
it is
like
what it is.
of course, like everything is official, man. Like you can't even be on the level in which we're at. You know what I'm saying? One, even doing anything remotely like that, because if
That's illegal.
you do,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Right? No, you're done. Like legally done.
Yeah.
Business done.
No, I know
You're
that's
done.
a wrap. You're
Like,
going
that's
to jail.
just how it goes.
No,
So,
you're going to jail.
like I said, I always say this: only the real is gonna last. All that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow. How many of these dudes that sell sneakers that are in business at all, even around? We've been around since 2016 on a corporate level.
Mm-hmm.
How many people that came and gone?
a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where we at?
A lot of stores.
in
Growing.
a recession. Several
Expanded.
times.
With the malls closing.
You know what I'm saying? So
Let's talk about the expansion. Let's talk. Well, hold on. We got to, because the ASAP Bari came for you too.
yeah, let's do that.
ASAP Bari.
That was like they whole situation with Vlone was messy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't speak on men unless they in my face, but the whole Vlone situation was just messy. You know what I mean? And that it's crazy because everything happened at the same time, right? Like when the sneaker game was hating, and then the whole when bro came to the page and put, nah, it ain't right. I'm just like, my people reached out to people and da 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 da. But that whole thing was messy. So if it's messy and everything's supposed to be like this, but then they got contractual situations going on with this person supposed to sell this, that person da 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 da, and they stuff getting sold all over the world. I mean, hundreds of thousands of shirts getting sold all over the world, and they stuff was just messy. So regardless of if it's 100 or it's not, I'm just not messing with it no more. It's too messy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we doing. Like that was just 2% of business. So
I was saying the essentials is a better play.
Yeah, like it was just too messy, bro. Like who do we? I mean, like I said, who is really wearing that anymore?
No.
You follow me? Because it's just too messy. And anybody that's in this game, you know what I'm saying, and they knew about all of that stuff was going on. Where, from my understanding, people was going to people's stores and da 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 da. Like that's just too messy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we got all kinds of accounts, Bape, essentials, all that kind of stuff. So. When I seen it, I was just like, oh, nah. And then I did my research on it. People paperwork ain't right, and it just, that wasn't my lane.
Just being messy.
Yeah, that wasn't my lane.
I respect that. Okay. Let me see what I got. So, and we're going to tie these other two into each other. Expansion.
Yeah.
We expanding.
Yeah.
Business is booming. Every other day I see you 60 clip, 40 clip, 50 clip. I'm like, God damn, boy, I can't get one pair.
Yeah, bro.
I can't even get on the app and get a pair. These might be the last shits I hit on retail, bro.
Shout out to all that. I mean, we got a large web of people that we deal with. So let me also, before we even talk about the expansion, I'm going to speak to anybody in the sneaker game. The worst thing you can do is depend on the people in your area to come sell you their shoes.
For sure.
That's little think. Very little think. And if you keep doing that, you're going to stay local. I have somebody in mind, but I won't say anything.
Okay.
You have to
I like
go
shooting
wide.
at people, though. All right, we're not going to. I like
Yeah,
shooting.
you gotta.
I fuck with y'all little podcast.
My bad, bro. Quick little break.
Yeah, it's good.
But like we talking about expansion. He was giving them game on the shoe game. Small think.
Yeah, so like our network is extremely wide. So for an example, when we go to the sneaker shows, it's droves of people just showing love, bringing all of their product, just extremely excited just to be a part of what we got going on, because I just feel like
Hold on. They excited because you walk in there with 80 bands cash. They like, oh shit, he got
sometimes it's like way more than that.
I'm trying to keep it so you safe out here, bro. I got the blick if it go down. I'm about to say I got the blick with me, but I'm saying
with security too.
Yeah, I was just saying. Okay, you pull out a ball 20, ball 5250, they like, oh shit, have it all.
But it don't, like, to be honest, like for an example, it's crazy how Instagram works, right? We got 13,000 followers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we be having like, one time we had like 119,000 people looking at our story.
Dang, that's crazy.
I'm just like, why y'all boys don't press the boot button? You know what I'm saying?
Don't get, you already see, look, 559,000 impressions. Hit the button,
so it ain't like
bro.
that all the time, but it's just like
hit the button.
The love is like so crazy around, you know what I'm saying, around the country, wherever we go. And we're about to go to Asia, we're about to go to Singapore, Taiwan, all with SneakerCon, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like they show so much love, VIP rooms, ultimate respect. Like I got so much respect for them guys. Yeah.
Round of applause. All right, bro. So take us through the journey, man. You want to go mindset, money, and business first, or you want to talk expansion?
Oh, yeah, we can go expansion first, man.
All right, let's go.
Like where we at now, so it's in Lynn Haven. We transitioning out of MacArthur. Greenbrier, we coming. Patrick Henry, we coming. Dallas, Galleria Mall, we coming.
Dallas, what up?
Houston, Galleria Mall, we coming.
Houston, what up?
You know what I'm saying? We got some overseas things working as well in Dubai. So, like, there's a lot of things happening at the same time, and all of this will happen by June 1st, all of it.
Round of applause. Hold on.
Yeah, so, again, like, going back into what I write in my book, what I say, open 10 Pursuit locations by 2025. This is right, every single day. So we'll be at 7 by June 1st.
Fire, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So
Fire.
That's the goal. I feel like that should be everybody's goal, to be able to do something so big that when you gone, it's still around.
How do you feel about the way you're expanding now with the malls closing, with people shutting down, with people losing jobs? Like you said, I don't know if you said this on here or if we were saying it when I was setting up, but you growing during a low-key recession. You growing when everybody else's stuff is going down, except mine. The stock market was up today. I don't know if y'all saw that. Well, I snapped this morning. I was like, let's fucking go. Let's go.
Yeah.
But for somebody that's growing in a time where everybody else is losing, stores are closing, people shutting down stuff, malls are closing, malls are foreclosing. How does it feel to be growing your business even more when you're, like you said, Inland Haven, which is a beautiful space, coming to Greenbrier? Greenbrier don't even have nothing in there. You're going to be the hottest.
Oh, yeah, we about to snap.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If you're comfortable, you about to be uncomfortable, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? So how does that feel, bro?
It is very, definitely humbling, but sometimes it's like you're dreaming with your eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it just be like, yo, I remember when the dudes broke in the store after I spent all my money and I had to share space with an op.
Dang. And now you got to bust down AP. Look at that full circle. Another round of applause.
Shout out to Bank Ball Nick in Houston, my boy.
Another round of applause. That's dope though, bro. Like a lot of people don't get to see their visions come to fruition because they usually quit along the journey. Yeah. Like most of the time, and I'm gonna keep referencing The Alchemist. Most of the time, they turn back and go home, bro. They'd have got their store. It'd have been over.
Yeah.
The story's over.
It's over. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You in the desert now.
Yeah, bro. Like it's like I said, it's like dreaming with your eyes open, and it's never gonna be enough. There's no such thing as enough, because like I just get offended when people get satisfied. Like retirement, what are you talking about? Jeff Bezos still work, bro.
Yeah, retirement is something to get people that are workers to believe.
Like or are you comfortable? Like
we just talking about Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, like I can't even see that. Like I just want to constantly create, you know what I mean? Just constantly keep creating, you know what I mean, and helping people.
And you love what you do too.
Yeah, that helps, you know.
Yeah, if you didn't love it, you'd be looking for retirement too. You'd be like, yo, when can I get
Well, I don't know about that. Like, I feel like that's another thing people are always talking about, follow your passion. Like, your passion can keep you broke a lot of times, to keep it 100. So, for an example, what I mean by that, if somebody was paying you $20 million to lay concrete, you're going to become passionate about that laying concrete because you're making $20 million. So like, it's all about what's going to put you in position, and then you can still enjoy what your true passion
There's
is.
still some people though, because laying concrete is not the easiest of work, that would still be like, nah.
I mean, you know.
I seen a clip the other day of a girl
probably deserve what they get.
she would date a guy that was a mechanic even if he made less than the guy that ran a McDonald's, because the dude works at McDonald's. And then the other girl was like, no, I would still date him. I just wouldn't tell my friends that he worked at McDonald's.
Some of the stuff I heard people say, I just be like,
Like, but you could be the GM of a McDonald's and make $120,000
yeah,
a year.
of course.
And be living a good life, but you flip burgers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're going to flip burgers if you're a G.
You no, sometimes look, bro. You know that was my start. So yeah, the manager. Sometimes you got to get in there and flip a patty or two. Not all the time, but you might have to drop some fries.
Yeah.
You like, nah, nigga, I ain't dropping no fries.
Ask me a question, bro. I'm trying to figure out
My
what
fault.
it
I be getting
was.
sidetracked on these
It
little
was a
sidebars.
really, really, really good question about business, but I guess we'll get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it. What's the next question, though?
So we talked expansion. We talked about the haters. We talked about fatherhood. I just let people understand like what really made it so that you can make that transition. You started off with 2,300 flea market. Somebody stole all your inventory. Obviously, and you know, I don't want to make this a drug. This is not a drug dealer podcast, but
No,
everything is
definitely
about
not.
everything is about flipping though. Like that's one thing that drug dealers do understand. When my merch comes in and I sell a hoodie, I know how much the margin is on the hoodie. And I take that money and I repurpose it back into my business is a flip. That's all drug dealers do.
Yeah.
What in the grind that you got going on, then you got to the expansion, when did the money start making it so you could really shift your mindset around that business?
Great question. Initially, it's about flipping, and then at the end, you get to a place where you could treat your business like the stock market. You know what I'm saying? So I might spend.
Is that because you're in the sneaker business? Because you know that's the whole thing about StockX. It's like because these things that we wear, the value does up and down.
Well, the value ups and down on the internet, but when people come purchase in your store, it's emotional, so it don't change.
Ooh, that's why I don't fuck with you in there now. See,
So I teach.
and the only time I called you, I was like, "Hey, bro, I need them turbo greens. You ain't have a pair. I did pay
Yeah, you
extra
did
for
come.
those, but
Yeah.
I was like, yo, all right, I'll give you my money, bro, because I really want to retail this thing."
Yeah, like
You right though. That's true. That is
when
true.
people come in the sneaker business is an emotional experience, and I teach my team like obviously we in retail, but really we in the customer service business.
Yeah.
And I feel like that separates us a lot, and we hear it all the time, like unbelievable customer service, because we just believe in serving our people. Obviously, Bentleys and Rolls Royces don't go on sale, so don't think it's
Neither
going
does
to
Louis
be
Vuitton or Apple.
exactly. So when
There's a
you
reason.
come in the store, the ambiance, the marble floors, all of the things that you see is about an experience. So like,
That is genius, bro. When I worked at Apple, they was like, we don't do Black Friday. And we was like, why? And it was like, Louis Vuitton don't go on sale.
exactly.
If it go on sale one day, that mean it ain't really worth what you selling it for all the other days.
time.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
most people don't even think about that. We shop like that. So like you said, there is no deals for the bit.
Exactly.
Do you got it or not?
You got a Celine shirt, it's $600 every day, bro.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Maybe off Saks might bless you, but it's rare. The experience, like even at Apple, it's not about the sale. It's not about, oh, we got them this computer and they bought this attachment and they bought that. And it ain't about that. It's about how they felt when they made that purchase.
exactly. People
You're
will
right.
pay you more just because of the experience.
Facts.
Because they not necessarily looking for the better deal all the time. They more looking about, one, I can get it right now. How they treat me. Is it quality? Is it, you know what I'm saying? How it smell in it?
Yeah, no,
You know what I
that's-
mean?
that's
So like all of that stuff is important. And when you understand that in business, like it takes you up 20 to 30%. Like 20 and
Even
30%.
Apple, even down to how the box opens,
Bro.
that slow pull is intentional. They do that on purpose. No, for real. Seriously, it is intentional. They pull that shit take forever to open because they want you to be like, oh, my phone, and it's the phone.
Exactly.
Right?
Like,
What you say? Oh, when I bought this, you want champagne, you want sparkling water, what you want? You
Bruh.
sit down, crush your legs.
we go in Balenciaga, right? We going crazy in Balenciaga.
You did go
They
crazy
sit
in
you
there.
down, get you the champagne, put you on the
No, that's
elevator.
because how you was going crazy. Other people don't get that treatment.
I'm just saying, like, if you do it like that, that's
if you do it like
that's
that.
an
I'm about to
experience
say,
that's
everybody
just
don't
like,
get that.
yo, like it just you can't beat that. And why would that's another thing about why wouldn't you want to be extremely successful? Because you see these things happening to other people. So if it's happening to them, what's different about you? It's supposed to happen with you too.
It's
Like
about
if,
work
you know what I'm saying? Within reason and being responsible. You follow me? You got to want the best in everything, man. But if you want the best, you might need to write your goals down every day. You might need to suffer a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And
We talk about that on the pod a lot too, especially as young men. You got to suffer a little bit. You got to take a L. You got to know how to bounce back.
Exactly.
That's going to show you if you even deserve that shit that's on the other side.
It's supposed to be difficult for
You know
us,
what I'm
bro.
saying? Yeah.
Like it's supposed. If you a man and you live in a low stress life, you might want to change your priorities. Like you need to have it to be difficult for you, so at some point you can raise people up in a team and help them do anything and everything that you just did. It just got to be difficult. It has to be for women. It's going to be difficult as well, but it's just a different type of difficult, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think a lot of their difficulties be self-inflicted, but that's for another show,
we can
another
get into
time.
that too.
That's for another show and another time, bro.
Yeah.
For another show. So, really, like, the mindset obviously is what starts everything.
Yeah.
Then you start getting to the money where you can make these bigger purchases. Now you can look at the business like it's the stock market and invest more and build more, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
How do you transition from that to now and you gotta or and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Most people their job is for the business to eventually be on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can actually put somebody in my position and now I just gotta collect checks. I can check in with them every once in a while. Is that close on the horizon? Is that something you ever want to do?
Oh, that's already right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before we get to that,
I don't know, bro. You more you still kind of day to day, bro.
Nah, bro.
You still be at the sneaker cons. I'm talking about now you only gotta go.
Well, sneaker cons is a little different. So on that level, yes, that's to come for sure. But as far as like day to day at work,
Yeah, no, I'm not talking. No,
Yeah,
you the
sneaker-
boss. You ain't in no
again,
store every day.
That's another. Again, it's always new levels. But before we even get to that, like when you want to be on a level of like high end success, one you gotta, especially like young people. You have to get to a place where the stuff doesn't have you, you have the stuff.
Facts.
So I think it was 2000.
Hold on, you gotta say that again for him so I can drop a bomb. Say it one more time.
All right. You got to get to a place, if you ever want high levels of success, is that the stuff does not have you, you have the stuff. So what I mean by that, in 2017, so prior to 2017, I want the Benz, I want the jewelry, I want all of this stuff, right? Because it's, in a way, it's who I am. I'm a confident, swaggy dude. That's what I like. You know what I mean? I'm flashy. That's who I am. It's okay. There's some people are like that, right?
True, yeah.
So I accumulate all these things, but really I shouldn't even have it.
They not ready to hear that part.
Yeah, really I shouldn't.
I wish Willie came. No, because we talk about that all the time, bro. Think about where I would be. I'm killing shit now. Think about where I would be if I didn't have that BMW, if I didn't have that Audi, if I wasn't wearing if I took all my bread and put it right back into all the shit I wanted to do. If I had it all in the stock market right now.
Right. Because you don't know who you are.
They missed that part, bro.
Yeah. Like, so you shouldn't even have it, and you don't know who you are, so those things are having you. So I had a moment, I think it was 2017. I woke up and I told wifey, I said, yo, I'm selling the Benz and I'm selling the other Benz. Like 3 days, I'm selling it. It's over. She was like, well, why are you doing it? I said, because it's like, okay, first of all, why do I have a car note? It's a $700 car note. I don't even believe in car notes no more. I'm at this point, I'm training my brain. I don't even believe in car notes. I don't even believe in car insurance. I don't want none of this stuff until it's absolutely nothing to me. 3 weeks later, we sold both Benzes. I got rid of jewelry. I got rid of everything that I felt that was making up me. And we drove 2 Nissans for 4 years. And I did that so I can retrain my brain, so I can pull up to the club in a Nissan and like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in that process, like my habits got different. I'm talking about every single morning, I'm sending this money to this account. I'm sending this to this account. Like my discipline got so crazy to the point I was living in an apartment and I could have had a $5 million house, but I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just, so my point was I had to retrain my brain to not have the things have me. So then when I finally decided to have the things that I wanted, you know what I'm saying? I'm in control. And then I took it to another level. Anything that I buy that's, in my opinion, silly, it ain't coming from earned income. This AP came from residual. Like this ain't come from the store.
Yeah.
This residual. All my cars that's paid for, residual. But that take a whole different level of like hunger and discipline. That's another level. I learned that from Grant Cardone. That's one of my virtual mentors. So I believe in virtual mentors because a lot of times it's going to be very difficult to get in front of somebody that's around you every day, that has what you want, to teach you the things you need to learn. You have to develop a virtual relationship with certain people online, and they could teach you things. So I just devour content nonstop, just constantly devouring their content. And he said things like, if you want to buy a watch, don't buy it unless you can buy it twice and it's coming from passive income. If you want to buy this, So it took about 6 years to get to that place, you know. So now it's like, if my opinion, this the level I work hard to be on. If I'm going to get anything luxury, it's going to come from passive income, or I ain't getting it. And I'm going to be able to pay for it twice, or I ain't getting it. You follow me? And, you know, and then I also deleted my social media back then. You know what I'm saying? All we got now is the store social media, but I deleted my social media because it was so many distractions, whether it was, you know, me being focused and then seeing what other people doing that's motivating.
Yeah.
Right? It may be traveling to Dubai, it might be traveling here, it might be doing this, but I don't need to see that because I'm focused.
Yeah.
You follow me? I got to stay locked into what I'm trying to do because I got sons.
Yeah.
You follow me?
They watch.
I got my shorty, she, you know what I mean? When she want to see some results, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once I deleted my social media, got super focused, my life like completely changed. You know what I'm saying? And I credit a lot of that to my mentors, Grant Cardone and Patrick Bet-David. I invested a lot into myself by going to their seminars and not just, being excited. Like, I don't like going to places like, we're just going to motivate you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need to be able to be taught. So it taught me a lot. I give credit, and then I give credit to my team. Let's talk about them. Yeah, my team they major, bro.
Dope.
They major.
Before we get on team, when you said I got, what did you say? The stuff, I didn't get the stuff, or I didn't want the stuff to have me. I wanted to be able to have the stuff.
Correct.
I almost took that as, and I still be working corporate jobs, so I always look at it like, if you make $150,000, they know they own you because you living off that $150K, and then it's like, okay, that car note, yeah, I'm paying it, I got it, but somebody else is attached to me being able to pay it.
Yeah.
So like in my note that I showed you, freedom is about to be like being free of that.
Seriously.
And funny for me in my life is like I was already free from that when that was just me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got 2 other people I take care of. So that make it different. Like you said, now it's like not being able to buy it once or twice. It's like if I couldn't get all 3 of us one, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I love my Porsche. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it yet, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think about it, but I always go back to them other cars. I'm like, I didn't need that BMW.
yeah, like a lot of stuff.
I didn't need none of that shit.
A lot of stuff that we do when we young. See, another problem is people still doing that when they 30 plus. Like, you need to just take a real hiatus. Like, you still.
Oh yeah,
doing
now I'm mad
silly,
frugal.
Not you.
No,
you
I'm chilling
elite
now.
Person. I'm
chilling
talking
now,
about
bro.
the masses.
I'm chilling now. Now I look at it more like I said, what my portfolio do today?
Yeah.
I don't want to do nothing unless that shit was positive.
Yeah, like it's
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, like anything, like you're an exception. I'm talking about you're an exception. I'm talking about the rule. Most people is still allowing the stuff to have them.
Yeah, don't do it, man. It ain't worth it. It's just stuff.
Yeah, and
it's just stuff, man.
I could go into it deeper, like.
And see, like, I know you. I know a lot of dudes out here that would be trying to get money that you're getting. Those things would make them.
Yeah.
Those things, they'd walk in the room and be like, look at me, I'm boom, boom, boom. But I've seen you peacocking, yellow shirt, bandana, none of that shit on. It don't matter. You the same person I met.
Yeah.
And you still like that now. And the chain don't make no different. The watch don't make no different. People think like, yo, when I get the big car, they gonna look at me. No, you the same square you was when you was hopping out the other car, fam.
Exactly. The same square.
You didn't change.
Yeah.
You just got a nicer
still
car.
allowing the stuff that have done.
Yes.
You cannot have that. If you ever want to become elite, the things cannot have you. You gotta have the things. It's a mental transition you gotta make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm more pissed off. I'm like, bro, I never even drove a real car till I got that one.
Yeah, that joint. Like when I first seen the Porsche, I'm like, I ain't that.
Now I'm like, why did I even have them other shits? But talk about the team, bro. I talk about my team all the time and how we trying to strengthen it and make sure there's no cracks and we get into another level. Obviously, you have a team that you've put in place that like every level, we all leveling up, not just me. So talk about what it's like to have a super good team and then what it was like for you to build it.
Yeah, like so a lot of things that's successful about the team now came from a lot of failure at the beginning, right? God has always blessed me with solid individuals, and I believe because, I'm a solid individual. But at this point, I've learned that it's bigger than just pursuit. Like, I have like rules. You can't work for me unless you have your own thing going on.
That's dope.
No, you cannot. Like, and if you do, you got X amount of time to get your LLC, EIN, show me your business, this, and this, or it's consequences that come with it. So at that point, your team understand like, yo, this guy actually care about my life because I do.
Yeah, what I'm actually doing.
You know what I'm saying? What you're like, I mean, people to each his own, but even when it come to my team and they spending habits and they saving habits, like we go over that. Like we got accounts together, like accountability for my team. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Because as the company grow, your job is to grow. Like they know. Like I just be like, yo, if we do this, this was happening. If we do that, this. But if it don't be crying. Like this is what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? So, and every person that I hire has to be like, I have to see the leader inside of them. You know what I mean?
Self-starters.
Because I don't like if I ever hear you say I don't get paid for that, you fired on the spot. Like ever, because the way I give it up is different. Like I done paid rents and mortgages for employees that's just temporary employees. You
No,
know,
I'm about to say, I seen you cashing them out on some bonus type stuff, like cash.
and that's just what we put on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Just like, and the camera ain't even my thing, but my mentor is like, yo, sometimes you just got to show the people. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That build the allure around your business and you as a businessman. It do help. I ain't gonna hold you.
It does. But yeah, man. So all of my team, like we going for something much bigger. Shout out to Ken, Fresh, Darius. My boy Jonathan, I can keep going to people that's out of town and stuff like that. My boy Brandon overseas with the real estate and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's just when it's bigger than just your company and you start understanding, you know, the things about your team that motivate them, the struggles that they have. It got to be personal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially for your lifers, not everybody. Like you got to, I mean, not to sound, too, cocky or nothing like that, but once you get to a certain level, every person can't get that level of like
for sure.
access to you. You follow me? But once you earn that, then the access that I give you to me and just like the sit downs, the talks, like what we doing. Like I had one person on my team, because none of them employees, one person on my team, they said that, they suffer from, I have depression, I have this. And I kept telling yo, stop claiming that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, stop saying that's who you are.
Yeah.
If you keep saying that, that's what you're going to have. So anytime she would say it, I would always correct her. You know what I mean? And it's just so many levels to building something that's going to be extremely large one day, where, it just takes everything and make it to the next level. So anybody that got a team, first of all, you blessed, because you can make $1 million by yourself. You can make $100 million if you got a team. Value that.
I don't even know if you could take one and go to 10 by yourself. You need
it's difficult.
Yes.
Like you got to have a team.
Running up the first one is easy solo.
Yeah, you got to have a team, and you got to respect your team. And I want my people to make plenty. You know what I'm saying? I want them to do well, but we got to work together, and we're gonna earn it together.
How many of those people on your team are from like military circle store from that?
Zero. It could have been one, but self-preservation is, sometimes that trumps like vision.
Yeah. You post a lot about being the #1 store in VA, the GOAT. I love the little GOAT that y'all be having in the pics. I'm back to hate. I'm sorry, man.
Let's do it.
You ain't gonna shoot at nobody, but
Oh no, I ain't gonna shoot at nobody.
what kind of the other business owners in the same space? Do y'all jockey for position? Is it like, or do you like, man, I don't even see them. We doing something different.
In any business where you have to answer to other people, you cannot compete to a person that doesn't have to answer to nobody.
Hold on. These are facts. Nah, there's nothing else to say after that.
Yeah.
That's part of that freedom, John. I don't want to have to answer to nobody for my shit, bro. I don't have to. If I say something on here, I don't have to worry about what nobody else think about what the fuck I just said. I want it to just roll. Let it go.
Exactly,
it's cool.
Exactly. So we talking about, expanding to other states. That takes, just to open one store, that's 7 people per store.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me? Mm-hmm. So if I'm in the store and I'm the owner and I'm the reason that the store is making money, I do not have a business.
Yeah, no.
I have a job.
Yeah, there's a fact.
So my team, I don't have to do anything but make sure they're good. But sometimes I come in there and clean the toilet on purpose.
Yeah.
You follow me? It's just to make sure.
To show people like.
What time it is, because this, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I said a lot.
No, I feel you. No, that's a bar, because I come in here, I'm the janitor, I said everything, I do all that.
Like,
just to let when it go up, don't think I won't come in here. Like you said, the general manager at McDonald's still might flip a patty. I ain't doing it all the time.
Yeah.
But I show you I know how to do it.
Yeah, like, and the thing about the team, like, they value their leadership. Like, they, you know what I'm saying? And we done had intense, all my leaders, I try to break them, like, on purpose. I mean,
my team calls me Kellen.
What's that mean?
Like Ellen DeGeneres. They call me Kellen. They
Kadeem Ellen.
Yeah. They be like, he unruly. This is a toxic work environment. I can't.
Nah.
But y'all not working.
Yeah, like
I'm working.
Like my team, like if you're gonna be a leader, which means you're gonna be one of them 100% 6-figure plus people at some point, or if not now, oh yeah, we got to make sure like me. I need you to duplicate me. Anything that's extremely successful, the people that's there, they're gonna be themselves, but they're duplicating the founder, the person that did it.
And they joke with me and call me Kellen, but they all have separately, without saying it in front of everybody, been like, bro, this shit wouldn't even be here still if it weren't for you type stuff.
Yeah,
but
you
in
next
front of
level.
everybody, they be frying me up. They be like, he Kellen, look, he don't want no help. Look at him sweating, head sweating. He don't want no.
Yeah.
But I got high standards. I want this to be a certain thing in a certain way. So
Because if you don't, you just gonna fall in you're gonna fall in that 85% of failed businesses, and ain't nobody got time for that. We talked about how much you got invested in this right now. You know what I'm saying? So the next level for you is just to like bring in the people that's going to take it 5 steps immediately.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, I feel like the next level is, like you said, like, we go crazy at the sneaker shows, but just imagine so I won't never get comfortable. Like, I'm not even hungry. I'm not even hungry no more. Like, I'm starving. It's a complete different thing. So no matter how successful anything gets, I'm going to find something else that's extremely hard to do. So like when we go to the sneaker shows, you see what I be doing, right?
Going crazy.
The team, they learning that right now. So at some point, I would say by the end of the year, we might be at 6 sneaker shows at the same time on the same.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the next goal. That's very
the next
difficult
level.
to do.
Yeah. And now you got to trust people with that bag you dropping off with them. You got to have
Well,
those
to
type of
trust them
people
to spend it right.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
But that's the next level though, and it's always got to be new levels. If you're not challenging yourself and you happy with that little bit of stuff you doing, like you only happy because the people that's around you either where you at or not where you at.
Yeah.
So like people that be like, oh, I make $150,000, nigga. That's only you only saying that because you around people that make less than that. Why don't you go into a room like I was in when I made what I made, and these dudes making $1 million a day?
Yeah.
You gonna feel like an idiot, and that's what I want to feel like. I want to go in that room and I'm just like, did this dude say he made $1.2 million 6 out of 7 days this week? Like, damn, let me learn from this dude.
Yeah.
So it's all.
I ain't never felt like no idiot though. When I want to be around people.
I'm
that are
exaggerating when I say idiot. I'm saying like.
No, I'm saying, but some people would feel like that or feel lesser in the space. But it's like, why?
It's
would
not lesser in that manner though. What I'm saying is like, how do these people do that?
No, I'm not talking about how you take it. I'm talking
Okay.
about the average person would get around certain people. Shit, even just being around me and my friends, they be like, damn, these niggas all getting into it. And then they be like, I'm not. And they be like, oh man, I shouldn't even be around them. And it's like, why wouldn't you want to be around?
You
like,
wanna be
You
around.
want to be around. I want to be around people getting to it.
Get into it.
Period. I want to talk to somebody. They be like, nah, man, last year we just opened up 6 car lots, boom, boom, boom. And I'm
Like
like,
what you just said, we was talking about Miami.
yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
just to be in that.
I just
that
want to see
environment.
what you got going on. How you got to this point. I told you, bro,
Because it's constant.
Bro, that live chat was going crazy.
Bro, it's consequences if you don't though.
You know what I'm saying?
What you think the consequence is if you don't see those type of things?
I don't.
The consequences is you gonna think that what you doing is super lit.
Nah.
No, not Kadeem.
Okay. I was about to say, yeah.
Kadeem is different. I keep
Yeah,
telling you
okay. I
that.
was about to say, nah, this is the beginning. This is
Right.
This
But
is
what I'm
the
saying,
ground floor.
Think about people,
Yeah.
the masses.
No, you're right. Most people play.
If you're not going around environments that's 3 and 4 steps above you and you stand in your environment, you're gonna think you're lit.
Yeah.
Really, you're not. You're local.
Yeah.
You're very local. Because if I take you and put you in another environment, you're gonna fade away.
Yeah.
You gotta be going in them environments where it's just like, wow.
Nah.
Like I went in my man J2 Kick store in Vegas. Bruh. So everybody show us mad love in Virginia, right? But me, I'm like this is before I seen his store. In my head, I'm just like, okay, doing good, but I just know like it's way more.
another tier.
Right? So went to J2 Kick's store in Vegas called Urban Necessities. It's in Caesar's Palace. Bruh, I walked in this dude's store and I was blown away. That was the first time I seen so many stores. That was the first time I was blown away. I'm talking about this dude had at least 4,000 or 5,000 different shoes on the wall.
Damn.
Like, I seen JJ Watt in there. I seen all of these. I'm just like, yo. And this was 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so me and him, we was chopping it up. He took me in the back. We talking, blah, 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 blah. Went to the hotel, bro. We went to the hotel. I got home to the hotel like 9 o'clock. I didn't go to sleep till 3 a.m., bro. I was so
3 a.m.
enamored.
3 a.m.'s early in Vegas.
I'm just saying, like, I went to the hotel. I'm in a room, like, pacing back and forth, like, yo. From that moment to this, like, that joint just sparked a whole different grind in me. My point is, you got to get out of your normal and go see bigger things so you can have bigger things.
What he was alluding to was basically, I've been to Fresh and Fit studio. I done watched them shoot live. I've been in the space. For 2 days, I watched them work for 2 days. And I just was like, damn, I'm not working like they working. I was like, damn, my setup ain't like they set up. My setup is cool, but whew. He just retrofitted a whole Miami apartment, and it's, 10 Sony, S7 3s and all that A7 3s and all that shit on the walls, and they got it's beautiful.
What's an A7 III?
They're a better camera than the ones I'm using.
Okay.
New camera,
Yeah.
newer. Probably back then they probably didn't have those, but what I'm saying is they had some heat on the wall.
Crazy.
Yeah, all the lenses was Sony lenses. They was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like these mics are cool, but they had like 20 Shure SM7V. Like as a nerd, I was just like, damn, they had a dude 3 screens. He's switching everything. They doing everything. They do live shows all day. So
they got the little studio in the back that they actually
it's all. So it's like you walk in, they make everybody take their shoes off because it's bro's apartment.
Oh wow.
So you take your shoes off. You walk in, it's the kitchen. Then you can see like the whole control station. So you see where the dude Aaron sits at, all the screens, monitors, everything. He runs the switcher. He's the one that puts all the stuff up on the screen, whatever. Then you got the dude that runs the audio. He's right here. And then it's a couch, and then the rest of it is they set.
Yeah.
Balcony, beautiful. We did the girl show. My man Bricks did a show. We sat in and watched a couple shows. I was just like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's just like, damn, these
Yeah.
dudes is really like getting to it. On some podcast stuff, on some live streaming stuff. Not Twitch. We're not playing video games.
Yeah.
These dudes is talking to men on the internet
Right.
and going crazy. And shout out to whoever, somebody was like, they knew I was there, so they was like, hey, shout out to Just Another Podcast, my man Dean, what up?
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying, on the super
dope.
chat. So,
That's
but
dope.
that's, to me, that, like you said, that's the mark. Like how I get from here to there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Most people do not do that though. They just think they brag about how lit they are locally. Like I think that's a great thing, but it's like it's way more out here than just whatever state you're in.
No, that's a fact. And I be around a lot of content creators now that have 750,000 subs, 1 million subs, 200, like really that's what they do for a living at this point.
Yeah.
Right? People that quit the job for 150 to go do what they were doing.
Yeah.
So now I see the vision so clear, and it's like, all right, yeah, we're doing good with the money over here, but I really, like you said, that freedom, being able to tell somebody, even I would actually take a step back financially to be free.
Exactly.
To be able to tell somebody like, I don't gotta do that. That's not like, bro, nigga, this is my stuff.
Because this space is huge, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, it's huge, bro.
Podcasting is
I'm proud of you.
new TV. This the new TV, but
No, it is though. Like the new journalism for real.
well, and we gonna wrap it up soon. We've been talking for about an hour and a half, a little bit over. We talked about expansion. Is there anything outside of the sneaker game that you want to get into business wise?
Yeah, I'll release a little bit. It's got some overseas investments for sure, and real estate, and I think that's
Where can you tell me or no?
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, because I'm thinking about buying a house in Gondor or Rwanda or something, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's the vibe, bro.
I'm thinking about buying a crib in Africa.
The hardest thing is, and you can't manufacture it. Like it's the organic relationship with the people that are there, that know the ins and outs, because I don't have enough time to study all of that and go through, all of the bumps and bruises, like the relationship. So once you have a relationship with the people in different areas and you're doing decent enough to put the money out there, that is the number one thing, man. Number one thing. So yeah, overseas investments for sure. And I try my best to, like, if it got anything to do with an investment, I'm the type of person where I do what I know, right? And I'll invest, 10, 15% in the things that other people know and I trust them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because investing in, people is a dangerous game.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I done had a couple bad experiences with that and learned a lot. But you just got to focus on your entree. Whatever your entree is, that's where you put all of your energy into. And I understand diversification and all of those different things. I think they're all good. It's just which sequence are you going to do it in?
Mm-hmm.
Diversify at step 1 may be wrong. You may need to diversify at step 7, which means you done had your entree for several years and it's doing well. Then you can take your money and put it in this and take some money and put it in. Don't try to have all of these, different things you're trying to do.
People try to do 10 things at once.
Yeah, it's not. It can work, but again, exception don't exceed the rule.
Yeah,
like,
I'm about to say that is the exception.
Yeah, like it can. But
you're giving them the blueprint. You should take your bread, run it up for
focus on your entree.
4 to 5 years. Then once you get enough money that, like you said, we're talking passive income. We're talking. I got fuck you money times 10. Now I can say, hey, let's do real estate. Yeah. Let's get into this. You should always, have your own 401k stock market, whatever the case may be. And I don't add that into investing. When I say like the next venture, it's like, okay, we do sneakers over here. Like you said, real estate over here. We might do, I don't know, convenience store over here. Whatever the case may be, something.
Or it's other
stuff.
like again, the organic relationships, you cannot manufacture them. So over time, if you in certain rooms and you got other people doing things,
they just want you to help put some money up.
Right, they're highly successful already. So the your risk versus reward is extremely low. So if they're already successful and they agree to allow you to invest in what they have going on, now your brain is much more relaxed because they're already successful. So you're not really worried about them taking your money, right? So imagine if you have 4 and 5 and 6 of those relationships. That brings the passive income, right? And then you can keep your brain on your entree because the more you focus on your entree, the bigger you can make it. But if you got your mind on, Airbnb, crypto, Bitcoin, real estate, then
too much stuff.
It's too much. And then, unless you like super rich, you're not really going to be able to invest properly in none of them versus focus on your entree, the steak, and then the sides come at a different time.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Good shit, Brody.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to tell the people before we wrap it up?
Hey, man, first podcast. I got a lot of offers for podcasts, but...
Thank you for coming to mine first.
Yeah, Dean, you my boy, man. We've been talking about this for a while.
I asked you a minute ago.
Yeah, salute to everybody that rocked with us, man, over the years. It's so much more to come. My team, family, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all. You know what I mean? Pursuit.
And we out. Hold on. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Hit the bell.
And we out.
And we out, though.